Hi everyone. So apparently I put this video up without any audio, which was not my intent. So I'm going back over it now, and I'm narrating over top. So I'm doing my best to follow what I did a few days ago. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm starting with a screen where it's giving the user the option to select an image based on pressing a button. So I'm pressing 1, 2, 3, or 4 to scroll through the images, Peach, Mario, Luigi, and Toad, and then we want to move forward with that image. The problem here is keeping the image. So if I to select Luigi, I want Luigi to show up on level 1. I don't want it to reset to the default image, and so that's why this is a little more challenging than doing it with just one image. So what we do is this is the code for the I call it car select, character select world. So you can see I have a world called character select, and basically I put the labels in the screen that say press 1, press 2, press 3, press 4. But here in that line right there, that's add object globals.h, and that's different. Why I did this and this stuff down here, you can see it refers to this thing called globals. And this is a little bit different because we have a character, a hero, that we want to be present across different levels. It's not like we want one hero to appear on level 1 and a totally different hero to appear on level 2. You could have it like that if you wanted to, but a lot of you are making games where you want the same hero to be on level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and never change. So what I did here is I made a class called globals, and globals is going to hold that character. So you can see in the level 1, I'm adding globals.h, and globals.h is just an instance of the hero that we say we're gonna make this hero live there. Now, here's the hero class, and you can see that the hero has 4 images associated with it, and I've called them I1, I2, I3, and I4. And basically, the Greenfoot image object is just saying we want to take a picture that's living on the hard drive, and we want to make it so that we can use that image inside of Greenfoot. So those 4 lines there are saying we want the hero to have those images associated with it so that the user can basically pick one of those images. Um, we're of course not using all of the images at once, but the user is eventually going to pick one of the images associated with the hero, and you're going to see how that happens in a minute. Right here I'm just showing in the images folder, you can see, remember, the pictures you're using have to live in the images folder of the game, or else you won't be able to load the pictures. So right there, again, those 4 lines, we're saying, okay, the hero has 4 images that it could be. Like it could set the image to be any one of those, and we move on from there. So here, sorry, so there, right there is the constructor, and you can see the constructor sets the image to I1 automatically, which means that Mario is going to be the default image for the hero. And that is where the problem lies, in that you can't, if you were to put a new hero on the screen every time you got to a new level, if you made a brand new hero, it would always default to being Mario. Okay? And so that's why we had to make a globals area where we make a hero and we put that hero on the screen. And if we select an image for that hero, that way we can go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and we can keep the image of that hero. Now you can see here I'm highlighting this change image method. So right there, the hero has a change image method that I made. And what this allows you to do is based on the key down. So here you're seeing the act method for the character select world, which again I wrote. Worlds typically don't have act methods, so I wrote all that code myself. And it says if the user presses 1, we're going to change the image to 1. If the user presses 2, we're going to change the image to 2. If the user presses 3, we're going to change the image to 3, and so on. And so somewhere in the code, it translates 1 to being Mario, and 2 to being Luigi, and 3 to being Peach, and 4 to being Toad. Okay? And here in the code, you can see there's where it is. The change image method comes with an integer variable. So if the user decides they want to use change image and they include the number 1, they're going to get Mario. If they use the number 2, they're going to get Luigi. If they use number 3, they're going to get Peach, and so on. And that's all right there in the act method. Okay? So whenever they touch a key, we call the change image method, and we include the number that they touched. Okay? And so right there is where we actually do the changing of the image inside the hero. If X turns out to be 1, meaning if the user included a 1, then we set it to be Mario. If it's 2, we set it to be Luigi, and so on. And I think I'm just showing that over and over again. Okay, so the change image is a method that is made in the hero. So the hero has the ability to change images based on the integer value that is included with the integer value that is included when you call the change image function. So it's kind of a chain reaction. The user hits 1, that integer x is set to 1, and then that means that the Greenfoot image is set to be Mario. I think through this. Okay, so here I'm getting into the globals thing. So again, we are making a hero, and we're not actually making a new hero in the character select world. We are using globals.h. And the reason we're making the hero, we're putting the hero in the globals world. So I'm going to click on it here. There we go. And that's it. That's all there is to the globals hero. The hero it lives in globals. So think of it like, instead of putting the hero into my world, we're going to put the hero into this globals class, and then we're just going to keep changing the hero as we go through the game. We can change its health, we can change its its score, all that kind of stuff, whatever it is you have associated with your hero. And then every time we get to a different level, we just put the globals hero on the screen. The problem, because the way we've learned it, if we added a new hero, like if we said add a new hero to level 1 and a new hero to level 2, well, that resets the hero every single time. What we're doing here is we're saying we're going to make one hero, we're going to put it in globals, and then in the constructor of character select and in the constructor of level 1, we're going to put that hero onto the screen. Okay, so this globals class, it's not an actor, it's something entirely different, but you can see right there in the constructor of the character select, it says put that global hero on the screen, and there's all the global change image that we can do. So what we're doing with these methods here is we are changing the image of the global hero, and then when we eventually go to level 1 by hitting the spacebar, you can see in the level 1 constructor, it's not a new hero that we're adding. We are adding the hero that's already been created that lives in globals. And if we have changed the image, then that image is going to stay. Okay? So it's not going to, we're not making a new hero every time, which would then just reset the image to Mario. Okay? So you can see here if I run this and I can click on all the images or go through all the images. Once I decide I want to be Peach and I hit the space bar, see, if I hit the space bar, it's going to send me to level 1. But when I go to level 1, because I've already made the image Peach, it's going to stay Peach. So if I hit the space bar in a minute here, it says, I'm going to take that global hero, I'm going to put it on the screen. There, it's Peach. And if I were to pick a different one, if I were to select, Luigi, it would stay Luigi. So picking a character to be your hero isn't super hard. You could just base it on the key press and change the image. It's keeping that hero. And that's why we use the globals class, so we can keep the hero, a certain hero, as we go through the game.